Oh no, it's time. Whoa, what's up? Alexo Crypto here. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to the other gang. Hope you're all doing well. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate every single one of you. Let's jump into the charts. How we all doing? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So we got some news. We got some new data. Bitcoin's going to drop it like it's hot. Where are we going to go? That is always a question, up or down. Where are we going to go? Up, down, all around. But we're in a trade. We are currently in a short position, up like 200%. We're laughing right to the bank. It was up at 250 at one point where we took some profits. But we have had a little bit of a pump up. Now, when we look at the weekly here, we can see that we have a very indecisive doji candle printing yet again. Let's get rid of this. And look at this thing, man. Like, make up your mind. Fed debt ceiling. I think this is a debt ceiling sideways action here. So we'll have to wait and see what's going on. But we do have some data. Now, what I wanted to bring to your guys' attention now, we are always keeping our ear to the ground, right? Okay, thank you guys so much for being here. But we look at the economic calendar. We can see, yes, we had some data here. It hasn't moved us too much. The S&P is pumping quite a bit right now. So we'll watch the S&P. We do have some things coming next week, but we're looking for some more volatility with all these printing of personal spending and core PCE and durable goods and all that stuff. But you know what? Not much. Pretty close to accurate. Nothing too dramatic. Maybe this 0.8 on personal spending, but nothing too dramatic here. So we're going to be patient and look towards next week. Now, end of next week, again, look at these end of the week kind of things that are going on. So we're going to set up for this beautiful June 2nd, right? June 2nd here. June 1st, we got unemployment rate. This should be a much bigger tell, okay? Also with the job openings, much bigger tell, okay? So we're going to be watching those for next week. But what I really wanted to tell you guys is about the interest rate hike, okay? So we are at 2.88 on true inflation, which is down quite a bit recently, but this is what is going on, okay? Now, we've been watching this target rate probabilities for June 14th, whether they're going to hike or whether they're going to stay flat at 0, okay? And this has shifted, okay? This was at 80% at the beginning of the week, okay? This was at 19.9% at the beginning of the week. Now, all of a sudden, we have shifted. We're at 65% chance of an interest rate hike, okay? This does not look good, okay? This is very important. If we are going to continue to hike, well, what's going to happen with the markets, right? Are we going to dump? I would say if we are continuing hiking, that means we are not done and we could be going into further pain and further recessions, which means over time that we could have some more bank failures, some more trouble, some more people without jobs. They still want to break the market, okay? So we need to be very cautious. Now, if you haven't heard and if you aren't in our free Discord, join us down below. But we are going to see Sin City Crypto on Thursday morning. So we will be getting up at 4 a.m. Australian time, coming out live, and we will be there. We will get you guys all the information on our Discord here. So thank you guys so much for being a part of this. We have announcements. We have announced it. And you know what? We're going to throw some otters up in the chat. Go over and visit our friend Sin City Crypto over there. Lovely of Billy. Thank you so much, Billy, for shouting us out and believing in us and believing in this channel. Great community here. And we're always just trying to spread the message of love, peace, happiness, and freedom in trading, okay? So up or down, we got the levels for you guys. We're doing the TA, and we're going into it right now. So jumping over to the Bitcoin chart, we can see indecisive weekly candle. My gosh. You can also see that this weekly has flattened out, and we could be possibly looking for some sort of retrace here. So we'll be very cautious in this coming weekend. Remember, volume is going to shut down on the weekends, okay? We typically get a move on Sunday, but volume shuts down, okay? And we have had a little bit of a push up. Yes, you can see indecisive on the weekly, but a push up once we get into the 4 and the 3 day here. We have this other candle. So we can see we're forming some sort of trend line down to the downside, and we're going to keep our eye on that. We'll see if we can stay within this channel there's a bunch of different coins. I believe XRP is in a very similar channel as well. If we zoom out, yes, you can see the channel. So there is some channels forming to the downside right here. And we're obviously, what are we waiting for? We're waiting for the breakout, right? We're waiting for the breakout. So we'll have to see which way it goes. We are in a short up here at 27.4. And we did give that setup in the Discord earlier on in the week, and we're holding that for now, and we'll see. We've taken profit once at the bottom, but we'll see where it goes. Hopefully we can get some lower price action. So a little bit of a biased opinion here. Now going into the 2-day, we wanted to see the 2-day get this green dot and work its way up and see how high it could get. This is the only thing that's really on my radar for this weekend here. We'll have another print on Monday. So we want to look for confirmation. Can we get a little bit of a sideways action here and a push up? That's a possibility looking at the 2-day. We can also see stochastic is very much in the middle, and we have crossed over to the red when we look into the beautiful market cipher B here with the confluence. We can see that we have crossed over into the red and flattened out here. Can we see this money flow curve to the upside? That will be a longer indication of which way we're going to go, right? Money flow is very much a longer term trend analysis, and as money comes out, we expect to see the curvature for it to come back in somewhere around 3/4 of the money flow. So that's what we're always watching on this channel. So the only thing really here is that VWAP has come to the 0 line, and it is trying to cross over here. Okay, it is trying to cross over here, which can be a VWAP flop. We just made a video on the VWAP flop in the channel, so you can go and check that out. I'll be sure to link it in the Discord as well. So that's the only thing that's really on my mind for the short term over the weekend. Okay, now when we get into the daily, we can see we had red dot, green dot, red dot, green dot, very indecisive. Okay, very indecisive. Yes, we've been very, very flat over the day. We took a short from the highs over here. We've taken profit down over here. So we're doing okay this week, but there has been pretty even structure if you wanted to scalp the range. Okay, there are always trades to be had. So make sure to use good risk management, shorting the tops, longing the bottoms, right? I mean, we had these setups in the Discord in the previous videos, so make sure to join us there, okay? So going through this, we can see that we are getting a green dot on the daily, so we will have more confirmation of this as well. VWAP has come over and across the 0 line, and stochastic is quite far apart, and it is very pointing. I've lost my words here, but it's very it's pointing very dramatically to the upside. Okay, so we want to watch that as well and look for a bounce. Look for this to turn green. Okay, we'll be keeping our eyes on this. Now when we get into the lower term time frames from the 16 and downwards. Now I like the 16 because it did give us this beautiful blood diamond, and it did give us this beautiful beautiful green dot here. So we want to watch these things here in order to build confluence. Now, when we pull up our levels, we'll pull up our levels here. Now, it might get a bit busy for you guys, but you can see we were looking for longs down at the bottom here around 25.8. We did have a very specific target where price came to, which was over here at this first low. We had a reaction and then it continued downwards, okay? So we did have this we missed this by about $5, right? But then it did roll over and come down to make a lower low. But it didn't, never mind lower low, it didn't get below this low here. So this can be a reversal. We got to be very careful of this reversal. We have confluence with levels above to the upside that can stop us, right? We gave this level. If price is going to come up, it's probably going to come to this level. And this was just simply, you can simply do this by pulling a fixed range volume profile, which I love because you can just get a very simple range, which is over in your toolbox over here, right? Over here, fixed range volume profile. Make sure to add that, right? And you can see that we have a point of control up here. Perfectly comes up, retest this point of control, and now has flattened out, right? So look for some sort of reaction in this box or in this box if we do continue upwards in the next coming hour/day, okay? So this is short-term time frame analysis here where we want to be on top of what Bitcoin is showing us. So let's go over to the 12-hour. We can see that we do have green dots pushing us on our way up. But one thing to keep note here is that these momentum waves aren't very deep, okay? You can see how deep these waves are compared to these. So we're not extremely oversold, and we're not extremely overbought on these medium-term time frames, okay? So that's something to keep note of, is that we're not getting these big vicious moves, but you can see the continuation in these higher lows here and a continuation in the higher lows here. You can also see that we're getting very even downside motions as well on the momentum wave. So no major divergences. I do believe there is a divergence that we called in the Discord on the 12-minute over here. We're just keeping the short-term time frame traders up to date and make sure that we can scalp the ranges as we continue through this beautiful pattern. Okay, so going into the 4-hour, now you can see that we have all these similarities. Okay, massive amounts of blue triangles. Okay, it's a blue triangle everywhere, right? You don't see, when you zoom out here, you don't see many blue triangles, but then you come over here and it's blue triangle city. Okay, blue triangle city. You can't see. Okay, so we're looking at these blue triangles and we're like, wow, that's a lot of blue triangles, which is a simple reversal pattern, right? Simple reversal, simple reversal. So this to me is telling me that bulls have pushed price up and they keep getting rejected, okay? They just keep getting rejected by these triangles. Eventually, by knocking on the door, one of these are going to break, okay? Because when you look at the long-term time frame outlook here, we can see that, look, we've come down and we've consolidated sideways here, right? But we haven't been able to push back up to have a real continuation in price action. We've kind of just come out, we've flagged, right? We've built a new range here. And can we drop through this, or can we finally come up and challenge the point of control of this range? That's what we want to see, is for this to be a healthy down move and a continuation. We want to see that this comes back up to the POC and continues downwards. But right now, all we've seen is this flag and possible lower lows, right? Lower lows, lower lows. So it's a very steady decline to the downside. So we're going to watch this trend line here, this trend line below us, and look for some sort of confluence where we can get in at these levels and watch price dump, okay? By watching these levels, we can build confluence in the sense that, okay, we zoom in here, we find this level, bearish divergence, bullish divergence. Which way is price going to go? Look for a reaction in these key levels of support and resistance and volume, and we can look for a trade setup, okay? That's what we want to be doing with this range, because it's very, very flat, but it's also very tradable. Look at that. Simple golden pocket would have been able to grab this short, right? Depending on what kind of trader you are, these little moves can be profitable as long as you're ready and patient, okay? I have my alarms set up here at 27,450 and down below here just above this key level of support at 25.3-ish, okay? So I'm watching for price to come down to this level. This is another take profit for me on my short trade, would be down here. I've taken profits down here once, so I'm just seeing if this can continue its way downwards. No bias though. We're just going to look for confluence. And I did not fire off along over here. If I'm going to fire along, I'm going to look for another swing failure pattern somewhere around this area, or even better, down at 25.3. Those will be my two trade setups. But like I said, low volume means very sideways action, okay? So we want to be prepared for that. If we look at where the last weekend did for us, this was the last weekend right here, okay? Very, very sideways action, okay? Friday, Saturday, Sunday was right here. We did not get far, okay? We did not get far. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we did not get far. Look at this, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, okay? So be prepared, and then you get this kind of sudden move on a Sunday, okay? Sudden move at the end of the weekend, okay? So we're going to watch for the similarities here. Sudden move at the weekend, sideways, sudden move at the end of the weekend, okay? So we're going to be watching for the sudden move at the end of the weekend. So if it was to be anything like any of these, we're going to look at sideways and sudden move at the end of the weekend, okay? So that's what we're preparing for. How can we best set ourselves up for a move, right? And by getting these levels, that's how we do it, right? That's how we do it. So make sure to take these levels down. I think I have prices here for you guys. Yeah, for sure. Always have prices ready. Okay, now 28.4 is a golden pocket. 2800 is the POC. So there's two very strong levels of resistance below or above us, and then we have this 26.68, which we touched off. We just missed it by $10 over here. We came lower, so let's lower this down somewhere around. Yeah, I would go for a higher low. So we're gonna go a little bit higher, 36-ish area. So we'll go around here, because if we do fall, I look for a bounce and a continuation. Because if anything, you want to see a trend line be formed here if we're going to continue to the upside. So that's what I would be looking for, something like that. You see how it would hit here. So if we do continue down along this trend line, look for a continuation upwards. If it's lost, well then 25.2, 25.3, that's your next target, okay? So key levels to the upside and to the downside. Let's be prepared for this weekend, for this sideways possible. Some moves coming up, right? But be prepared. Note that we are setting up for this debt ceiling. They say by June 3rd to 13th or something, they'll run out of money. So, hey, don't mean to be the bearer of bad news, but I don't think they'll default, but we have to be prepared, okay? So that for me is Bitcoin in a nutshell right now. Now, if we go to the short-term time frames, as a group, we were looking at the 12-minute bull divs here, from here to here, here down, right? You can see the bull divs very easily sawn here. We had quite a push down and then a higher low. Bull divs, right? This can be a continuation to the upside. So possibly, long setup here with the continuation. VWAPs underneath the EMAs. We're trying to push above the EMAs, flip them to support. You can see it has actually held us up here. I like to go on the 18 minute. 18 minutes kind of my EMA track record, right? The 18 and the 200 moving average as well acts as good support and resistance. So you can see that we crossed over right around here and we've continued our way up since then. Okay, so we want to be careful here. We are in a very uncertain, indecisive market, right? So sometimes sitting on your hands through these markets, being patient is the way to go, right? Practice good risk management, have a healthy mindset before you come to the charts, and be okay with not trading just for today. I mean, I've taken one trade this week, and that's because I got in a good entry and I wasn't about to continue to take small trades. I didn't really have the time. I've been working pretty hard all weekend, so that was my situation. But it was okay. Like I wasn't in like, oh man, I should be trading. I was very much in like, let's get the guys and gals the levels and make sure that they have my levels so that they can be profitable if they want to scalp the range or find some beautiful trades. So hopefully that helps you guys. But in the short-term time frame, yes, look for a little bit of a consolidation and a pump up on the end of the weekend. And we'll be checking in with you tomorrow and the next day. So we'll keep you updated on that. Now, building confidence, like I said, S&P had a pump today. So you can see here the S&P was like, nah, I'm not changing this to a downtrend. I'm going to attack these new levels and put another attempt at this 22.13. And it did, right? But we are looking for the S&P to work its way down. So let's just move this all over. And maybe for the weekend, we can get some sort of gap to the downside at this 40.47, which is another key level of support, as you can see here. Okay, so yes, we had this pump on us, which we weren't prepared for, but that's what happened. So the Dixie, same thing. We were looking for a higher high, and guess what? It did a doji candle on us today. It was very indecisive, okay? It is at a key level of resistance. If it does flip this to support and continue upwards, look for Bitcoin to drop, okay? But there's lots of room to the downside to this 102 support. And if this dumps, look for Bitcoin to pump. Okay, so we're going to keep our eye close onto the Dixie for confluence throughout the markets. Now, let's jump over to Ethereum. We have this key level at 1866, where if price comes to, we will be looking to short this thing to the ground. Possible setup there. Okay, also 1745, key level of support for Ethereum. If it were to lose this level, we will be looking for much, much, much lower prices, okay? I'm talking around the 1650s to, low 17s, okay? So look for this to hold. If not, if it doesn't hold, much lower prices. But we do have a key level of resistance above us here. So look for this to continue sideways, just like Bitcoin. But if it does come up to these levels here, we'll be looking for a short entry. And same thing here. Look at this. Blue triangles all around. So we'll be definitely watching that as the week progresses, as the weekend progresses. Now, ADA, I was looking at ADA. I was like, okay, we got this major downtrend that it broke out of. It's continuing, but we do have another downtrend kind of bottom that's forming here. We could draw a trend line on the top of this as well. To me, it looks like a falling wedge kind of deal, which can pop to the upside, but we want to be patient here. I wouldn't draw that top one just yet. I'd be more interested in pulling some fibs or something like that. And let's see where we're at here. Are we in the golden pocket zone? Yeah, we came back up, touched the golden pocket. So yeah, I'd be looking, if I am looking to short ADA, I'd be looking around the 786. I'd look for a swing failure pattern, some sort of bearish divergence to bring us down to this 35-cent level where price comes up and it fails and then it continues. You get the beautiful bearish divergence here, which would be this little bump and this little bump to the downside, right? And then you get the higher highs and the lower lows, vice versa, right? So we'll be looking for that on ADA in the short-term time frames over the weekend, okay? Because if we do pop up here and we get a higher high, look how high this one is here. We get something like this, right? Boom, boom. Nice trade, right? So we'll be watching ADA. Definitely build confidence throughout this range. Let's see this range. Do we have a key level of resistance up here? Yeah, we have a big block of volume here and the point of control. So yes, it came up to the point of control, got rejected, but look for it to push a little bit higher. That would be a good entry in my opinion, and we'll look for that continuation to the downside. Okay, weekend volume. Now, XRP. XRP has been funny, okay? We have this channel. Everybody's like, short the top of the channel, and we've been talking about shorting the top of the channel clearly, and you know what? It's fighting. It's fighting. Can it break out of this and continue to the upside? Absolutely. We'll be prepared for it. But right now, it's looking like a pretty juicy short. In my opinion, we do have these levels here that do not want to be broken. You can see here, we do have key levels of support and resistance. So we'll pull over our volume tool. We'll look that the top of this volume here is at 48 cents. Okay, so if we lose this 48 cents, we can raise this a little bit here. Maybe it has a swing failure pattern where price fails to get above here and it gets rejected back down. Big wickety wick. Nice move to the downside. And I mean, if we do hit this trade, it's a beautiful, like almost 20% move to the bottom of this channel, right? So it is quite juicy, scrumdiddlyumptious, as I would say. So we'll be watching XRP for some moves, but everybody knows that the court date is coming up sometime sooner or later. XRP is going to get the news, right? So trade the news. Be careful, but maybe we get a massive pump. We'll have to wait and find out. So I hope this gets to you guys well. I hope this update helps you guys for the weekend, what to prepare for. Much love to every single one of you guys. We're over 300 subscribers. We're doing great. We got a show on Sin City Crypto coming up. So much love to every single one of you guys. Thank you guys for your support. I appreciate every single one of you guys for your support and for your help and your love. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. So make sure if you made it this far, drop an order in the comments down below. Like and subscribe if you have, and join us in the free Discord. All that shillin' stuff, because we're here. We're trying to help. We out here. We conquering mountains together. Maybe even rocks that look like tortoises. So thank you guys for all your support. Keep legendary. Keep your head in good condition. Practice good risk management and be safe out there. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace out. Much love, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Mrs. Otter, are we going to eat Danishes all day? Do we go and get special Danishes? I love me a Danish. Breakfast sandwich, Danish, and coffee. That's what life's about. Yeah, baby. Peace out. Much love.